Hey yo, Bay here bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and today I would like to do an evaluation on the new characters which are Dream Collection Napoleon, and you're watching right here the new Raid Santana. Well, it's not new, but he got the hidden ability this time. So let's look into depth around these two characters. So first of all, Santana. This guy, after the hidden ability, sorry some are Japanese, but his stats are like this. So he's not at all OP or anything like that because he's just a raid character. But for those who are using like South American team, he'll do a 1% buff to South American character, which is good. Although it's 1%, I think it's good, right? But the problem is Santana, there's so many good characters that do you really want to replace that new good Santana to this raid Santana? That is the problem. Yeah, it's a big trade-off. And also he has he's tolerant against at like what is it called, bumpy stages, and also he has 25% skill power boost for high ball, and he's high baller, 80% chance of this Santana's pass to become high ball, right? And also the last one is 30% stats boost when opponent Mueller uses punch. Yeah, so those are the new hidden ability skills, and also his team skill changed to South American 7%, and his passives changed to agility killer 20%. So if on the very right there's a figure, it says 11,174, right? This indicates his shooting power when the opponent is agility Mueller. So that's when his passive 20% will be activated, plus when Mueller does punch, he gets additional 30%. That adds up to 50%, which will end up to be 11,174. So as a raid character, this shot power is not bad, but still, you know, compared to all the great forward characters that's in the game today, I wouldn't say this guy will be a good replacement for like other Santanas. But if in case you are already raising like any high ball skills and you put that to him, that high ball skill will get 25% boost, then maybe this guy could be a threat to at least Mueller. Yeah, but other than Mueller, agility Mueller, I don't think he will be a big threat. So I think for most people, the way to use him is to buff your South American teammates. Yeah. Alright, so that's Santana. And next is Dream Collection Napoleon. I think everybody is very curious to know how strong this guy is. And I think most of you have already checked his hidden abilities out, so you know what kind of hidden abilities he has, right? So one is VS Ken. If Ken opponent is Wakashimazu, his stats will be down by 5%, and he also has Fury potential, which will boost his stats up to 10% as your stamina goes down. And he has agility stamina killer 30%. When you match up against agility characters, the opponent has to use additional 30% whatever skill they use. And penalty area master 7%, and also tenacity, which is really good pair with Fury potential, because it's really hard to control your stamina, you know, to make it go down to a really good level so that you could get the maximum 10%. But if you have tenacity, if you have one stamina left, you can do whatever skill, which means you'll be able to get 10% for sure at the end, right? So I think Fury potential and tenacity is a very good match. So yeah, these are the hidden skills that he has, and his passive is Japanese player killer 15%, and his team skill is non-Japanese player 10%. And look at his stats on the left side of the Excel. So his original stats after physical included is 11,293 for shot and 10,221 for pass. So those are the edgy part of this guy. But if the opponent is Japanese, these will rise to 12,986, almost 13k for shot and almost 12k for pass. So these are really high stats if the opponent is Japanese. And not only that, but on top of this, if the hidden abilities are activated, it's gonna be even better. So on the right side of the Excel, where it says on top PA Master and then Fury Potential and then VS Ken, is when each hidden skill is activated. So where it says PA Master, underneath it says 13,773. This is when the opponent is Japanese, and when you're in the penalty area, his overall shooting stat will become 13,773. This is really strong. This is like top tier forward level. And as a result, if you shoot cannon burst shot, which I think many people have raised already, more than slider cannon, which is second to the bottom of the entire Excel, where it says 61.9k, 61997. That's when PA Master is activated and the opponent is Japanese. Your cannon burst 99 will be about 62k. So it's really strong. But just with this stat, I would say there's already many characters at this level with less limitation. So it's not like OP or anything yet here. And then on the second, if you look at the right row where it says Fury Potential, that means Penalty Area Master and Fury Potential put together, his shooting stats will become 14,907. So with this stat, if you shoot Cannon Burst at level 99, his overall shooting stats will be 67k. At this level, it's really strong. This is like the same strength as red full body stand Santana, when the full body stand 30% is fully on, and when this Santana shoots Skywing Twin Shot level 99. That Santana will become like 68k. So this guy is 67, so the difference is only 1,000. So this is how strong this Napoleon is with PA Master and Fury Potential. Okay? And on top of that, if the opponent is Wakashimazu, see, I added 5% more actually, but to be exact, it's Wakashimazu goes down by 5%, not Napoleon goes up by 5%. So don't get me wrong, but to show you in one Excel, I thought, it's the same story, right? I won't minus Wakashimazu by 5, but instead I added 5 to Napoleon to show you, the difference. It's easier to understand that way, right? So his overall shooting stats with PA Master, Fury Potential, and versus Ken, it's gonna become 15.4k. And with this shooting stats, Cannon Burst Shot will become 69.6k. This is like top tier shooting level for ground shot, so it's gonna be really OP. Yeah, this is gonna be very strong. But of course, you have to have all the environment ready for you to reach this level. So it's not like you can do this all the time. Yeah, that's the thing. First of all, the opponent has to be Japanese to get the 15% passive, and then you have to be in the penalty area, you have to have low stamina, and the opponent goalkeeper has to be Ken. So when all these are met, he's gonna be really strong. Yeah. But I also did some other calculation, like if only Fury Potential is on, and you're outside the penalty area, and if your opponent is not Ken, his overall shooting stats will be 14,116, which is on top of on the very top column of Fury Potential roll. Yeah. And also on the right where it says 13,552 underneath VS Ken, that's when the opponent is Ken, but you're outside the penalty and your stamina is full and you don't get Fury Potential. Yeah. So the stats changes, by environment. So it's really complex, this guy. Yeah. But what you should do when you get this guy is, especially when the opponent is Japanese and they're using Ken, you should definitely put Eiffel Attack S and just give the ball to Napoleon right after kickoff and do Eiffel Attack S so that Napoleon's stamina will go down pretty big, and then at the same time he'll be in the penalty area for most times. So all you have to do is then just shoot. That means he won't get fully 10% from the Fury Potential right after kickoff just because you did Eiffel Attack S, but you'll get somewhat percent on top of penalty area master 7% and VS can 5%. So it's gonna be pretty big. And of course you have the passive 15%. So that will probably add up to like 30% of altogether, even right after kickoff if you do IFO attack S. So yeah, that would probably be a good way to be a very threatening Napoleon from right after kickoff. Yeah. So it's really limited. So if the opponent is non-Japanese, this guy, even after penalty area master, his overall shooting power will be 12k because he doesn't get any passive boost, right? So it's only 12k, so it's not like super strong or anything. Plus, Napoleon unfortunately does not have really strong shooting skill. His shooting skill is like 455 or 450 at the moment. Of course, there's a volley that has 475, but that's not like, I don't think many people have raised that volley that much, so I didn't put that into account. Okay, so yeah, it really changes by situation. So but like I said, the way to activate everything is just pass the ball to Napoleon, use IFO attack to enter PA and lose stamina, and then shoot inside the penalty. Then you'll get around like 30% boost including passive, which is pretty good, right? Which is pretty good. So yeah, I think that would be a really good way to utilize this guy because he has tenacity. So even like, for example, you do IFO attack and then you couldn't get into the penalty and you matched up with the defender once, just do whatever move, dribble or IFO attack or whatever to once again, and then I think your stamina will last for 2 IFO attack. I think, I forgot. I think so. Yeah, he has 11,021 stamina. So yeah, it will last, and you'll still have enough stamina to shoot 1 cannon burst inside a penalty. And when that happens, I think your stamina is too low that you get 10%, right? If you do 2 IFO attacks. Yeah, and because he has tenacity, as long as you have more than 1 stamina left, you'll be able to do 1 more skill. So yeah, I think that's a very good way to activate all the hidden abilities. Yeah. So I think this Napoleon is really OP, especially when the opponent is Japanese and using Ken. But even if the opponent is not Ken, I think if they are Japanese like Wakabayashi or Morisaki, he's gonna be threatening. And but the thing is, if the opponent is non-Japanese, he won't be that threatening. So yeah, it really varies, this character. It's really difficult to handle. But as long if the opponent is Japanese, he's gonna be very threatening. So I think this is a character worth going after. I think, yeah. And recently with the new 8 or more character 15% boost team skill, I forgot the name of it, but Solidarity, you'll be able to change this Napoleon at halftime. You know, looking at the opponent. So. Or the other way around, if you see this Napoleon on the opponent team, then change your Wakashimazu to Wakabayashi or whatever, you know. So there are ways to fight against this Napoleon, I think. So yeah. So and also, oh, one more thing, he has agility stamina killer as well, right? That means if you're using Fist Wakashimazu, you're in trouble, right? You have to use additional 30%. Whatever skill you use, you get. It will like consume 30% more of your stamina. But the thing is, Wakashimazu is punch goalkeeper. That means like his defensive punch or whatever, Wakadoryu punch, that takes up 240 stamina only. So even if you have to use 30% more, that will only bring that up to 312. This is still way lower compared to catching skills. So this is gonna hurt, but it's not like, you know, you only then be able to do like 2 punches. No, you still can do some more, which is okay, I guess. Yeah. But if you're using the new 97 character Wakashimazu's punch, like me, it already consumes, that skill consumes 280 originally. So on top of that, if you do 30%, that's gonna be 364. So that's pretty big. That's like SGGK catch. Yeah, so I don't know how many of you have done this, but if any of you have gave that 97 Wakashimazu punch to Fist Wakashimazu, you better be careful. Yeah, because that would take up pretty much a lot of your stamina. although it's a punching skill. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe because I will be doing, or I might have already uploaded that first, I don't know, but I'll be doing Dream Collection gacha pulls, so stay tuned for that, okay? So that's it for this video. Please do subscribe, and thanks for watching, and bye.